Indiana voters will choose their next governor today, and voters will choose between Republican Mike Braun, Democrat Jennifer McCormick, and Libertarian candidate Donald Rainwater.
WDRB's Richard Essex joins us live from Indianapolis tonight, where Mike Braun's election watch party will soon begin. Richard?
Well, we are on Monument Circle looking west towards the State House, and the State House, you may be able to see, has scaffolding over it, and that scaffolding will not come down in time for the new governor to be inaugurated. This race for the Republicans has lasted at least a year, and the guy that came out on top was Mike Braun. Braun is a sitting United States Senator, and he gave up what was considered to be a fairly safe seat to get to this point. He went through the primary, and he was able to fend off 4 other candidates, one sitting lieutenant governor and one former attorney general, to get to this spot. And this was also a very expensive race. $40 million spent just for the primary. Now, Braun thought he had smooth sailing once he got past the primary, but when he got to the state convention, the delegates didn't like the person that he had chosen for his lieutenant governor, and the delegates chose a minister and podcaster, Micah Beckworth. So all of a sudden, Braun comes out of that convention with a completely different running mate. Now, at this point, he thought he had pretty smooth sailing, but he told me a couple of weeks ago that when the top of the ticket changed, when President Biden stepped down, that changed the entire dynamic of this race. He thought he was leading 70-30, and now it came down to almost a 50-50, depending on what kind of polls you're listening to. Now, for the Democrats, they are gathered downtown, and we have got my colleague Dalton Godby and photojournalist Josh Horton are at the Athenaeum with the Democrats tonight. Dalton.
Yeah, Richard, getting underway here at 5:30 this evening here, also in downtown Indianapolis. As you mentioned, the theater will open its doors shortly here as people start to file in for the Democratic Party election watch party this evening. Some notable candidates here this evening, most notably the Democratic nominee for governor in this race, Jennifer McCormick. She's expected to be here and speak tonight at some point. Lots of people starting to file in, as I mentioned. McCormick was just in southern Indiana in Jeffersonville, actually joined by Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear for a bus tour rally, trying to fire up voters before today's election day. She'll be here tonight speaking alongside several other statewide Democrats up for election as well. Those include the Attorney General nominee, Destiny Wells, and Senate nominee, Valerie McRae. Other Democrats, Hoosier Democrats here in attendance as well tonight. We're expected to see them start to come in here soon. Some excitement building here as well for the Democratic Party in the night that they are expecting and hoping to have here in Indianapolis. With photojournalist Josh Horton, Dalton Godby, WDRB News.
Dalton, Richard, thank you both. We'll check in as the night progresses.